If we go back to talking about your exes, it's gonna get warm in here.
What is that supposed to mean?
Personal radio.
No. Oh man.
Okay.
I mean, we could talk about my exes. Which one do you want to talk about this time? This is gonna be messy if I put it on YouTube because one of them will see it.
Personal radio. I don't know. Let's talk about one that probably most likely won't see this or listen to this.
This is getting a little too close for comfort.
It's really close to your face, and it's really gross.
Because I still talk to like all of them.
Yeah, well, this is coming from the man who doesn't want to burn bridges.
Shut up.
Now.
I did say that.
You did?
But I said it off the air, and now it's out.
And now I'm in trouble. Because I'm going to get it.
What was that? No. I don't even. I can't even. I can't
he
even.
He can't even. Okay.
I can't even. Hey, why are teenage girls so odd? Because they can't even. Oh,
I'm gonna stop talking to you forever.
So that's the end of the podcast. It's over. Finish him.
Nice sound effect, though. Allie's like
our mix master general.
It just sounds like the feed is like you can't even hear it. It's just
man. The feed is like what?
Your face was so genuine. Like
I wish this was a video.
Don't.
It's that good.
Well, there's podcasts where they film.
Oh wait, there's one of them who's not in any kind of contact with me.
Okay. Well,
this is kind of sad because all the way from Esther onwards, they're all in my Facebook friends list at the moment.
I totally forgot about Esther. How is she?
Oh, she's good. She's getting married.
Cocoa butter?
It was looking bad for a second there, but she's getting married.
That's good. I'm happy for her. Allie's doing her funeral.
Allie is floating down the river in a Viking craft.
For good instead of singing like the funeral.
We will play that at your funeral.
For good.
We'll play the whole soundtrack and make our whole family sit there and listen to it.
No, don't sing the like wonderful or sentimental man.
I'm just gonna play I'm a sentimental man. That's Jonathan's jam. That rhymes!
That's my jizzity jam.
Sentimental man.
Speaking of jams, this one Bible quiz meet I was at, there's this dude named Mark Whitehead, and he had been like successfully rebutting a bunch of my contests, and it was making me mad. And we passed this place. If you're wondering about the crinkling, that's Allie eating my zinger.
Whoa! No! Can I have some? It's a raspberry.
Stop it.
It's a raspberry coconut. It's one of the greatest inventions. Hostess, don't lie.
What about those cupcakes,
This is coming from the girl who, at the top of the conversation, before we were rolling, said, "No, I better not. I'm too fat."
You know what? My mouth is now full of it. I don't regret a thing. It's all in my teeth. I love coconut.
Everybody, I don't want it. I'm fine. You can finish it.
Allie had 2 double chocolate chip cookies earlier.
I had 2 Jumbo Reese's peanut butter cups, so it's fine.
You gonna save me any?
People keep asking when they come to drive-thrus at the places I go,
Mm-hmm.
what would be good for a fat boy?
And you're like, me.
Oh, come on.
Burn. That made no sense.
Like in Spanish, people are rolling up and going, "Hey, what you got for a fat boy?"
And you're like, what did you call me?
Or like at McDonald's, people do the same thing, and I'm just like, but in English, which is very much more embarrassing.
Oh, wait.
For me.
Excuse me, what do you have for fat boy? Like lumpy space princess?
Do you have like just calories?
Do you have a milkshake made of lard? I've heard people no lard, like fat.
My milkshake takes up the yard. There's no room for the boys.
It's a slush of like gray, white stuff like going all over.
No, I meant like your fat just takes up the yard, not an actual. Oh wait, no, you know what I meant, didn't you?
Stop.
Oh.
Collaborating list.
Oh man, no. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the one ex who won't ever hear this, and if she does, whatever. Because she's married too. I heard it was a rumor that she was married. I don't know if she is or not because I can find no trace of her anywhere.
Really? She just fell off the map.
Yeah, there's no
The
record.
map. So did she fall off the map after you dumped her? Or, I mean, you broke up? No, sorry, I shouldn't say dump.
Well, no, it was a weird thing from the start. I'm not even sure if we were actually...
Jonathan wasn't getting any.
Excuse me?
But he's fine now.
Don't want people to get the wrong idea here.
Oh, he's still not getting anything, but he's just...
Oh, no, he's still not getting anything.
He's fine, though, with it, because he's come to terms that he's an okay single man. I'm making this... I just want to read your diary entries.
Oh, the best. I was at work the other day, and somebody was joking about gayness, and one of the Mexican ladies there goes, "Are you gay?"
She asked you if you were gay?
And I didn't hear her correctly, right? I thought she said something else. So I looked her dead in the eyes, right? Stop doing... No, I'm not. I looked her dead in the eyes and I went, yeah.
John, why?
Because I thought she said something else, right?
Okay, wait. You don't... Okay.
So she goes, "Are you gay?" That's what it sounded like. She ran it together and said it really fast. And I thought she was asking me something else. But she's asking, "Are you gay?" in a really thick accent. And I just looked her in the eye and was like, yeah. And everybody just stops. And they look at me and they go, "Really?"
And the guy in the back that comes up from the ladies,
like,
and he's like, "Hey, big boy," like, boy in the back.
They were like, "Really? You're gay?" And I just then realized, oh my goodness, she asked me if I was gay, and I said yes.
And then he's like, "No, I'm bi."
So I went, no, so I stood there for a second, and I shrugged my shoulders, and then I went, "No, I'm kidding." And so I played it off expertly. They thought I was joking, even though I'm just deaf and don't know what's going on.
And then, like, the lady turns around to one of her friends. She's like, "Oh, the poor boy can't even accept himself." He's all looking at me like, "You better shut up right now. Right now."
You know why I'm giving it a look? Because my niece, who's part Mexican, made her Mexican accent sound like an East Indian woman.
That's the best I can do.
Allie can do a better Spanish accent. I'm not gonna ask her to or anything.
As she sinks down to her grandma chic blanket.
Like, I'm not gonna ask her to do one, but... This is like... I don't even know.
Jeez.
There's nothing really that I can say about Elaine that what? There's nothing I can say about Elaine that that would be funny because it was terrible.
No, I remember how much pain she put you through because
Oh,
you
I
were
know.
still you were so young still and so like the way you are still now.
I hate
where you're
you.
like no, okay, you've grown, but like for like a girl like that, you totally just fell head over heels for. So
with her, it was even more like I don't know. It was just because she was the first girl who was smart that I've been interested in. I hate to say it, but I mean like,
bam.
I hate to say it, but like the other girls I've been interested in and known, they were like average. And, like, I hate to sound like I'm bragging, but I mean, like,
She was something.
I'm like
special. That's why I was really.
I'm like a genius. So, no, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, she was going to school. She was going to be an English major. She was really smart, which begs the question: why did she have me edit her college papers?
It's because that's the benefit of having someone like that. She's like, he's mine now, so I'm just gonna create my papers because I don't care.
I was telling somebody, all the girls I've gone down with, except for Lexi, I've done their college papers for them.
And that makes it really obvious that they...
I have done enough... Here. This makes me gotta get real close to the mic here. I have done enough college level papers and scored high enough on all of them that I should have passed college with all of my ex-girlfriends. I should have gotten dual credit for all the papers I've written. And yeah, it's the truth. So anyway.
But still won't go to college because he's like...
Oh no, I'm gonna go to college. I'm actually I I'm looking into what I'm gonna do this year, and I'm intending to go this year.
2015. What's your revolution? Oh my! What's your your first
Obvious log.
resolution? What's your first resolution, Don? We should talk about that.
My first resolution is to get my medical bill paid off completely from breaking my
That's
ankle.
gonna take until 2017.
No, it's not. I'm only got a couple hundred left, and I've got enough saved in the bank. I've got 6 something right now. I could pay the whole thing off right now, but I want to pay it off a little bit slower so that I have money in my account when I'm done.
Right. Okay, that's smart.
That's my first one. But let's talk about the TV show Revolution real quick. There's because I mentioned Obvious Log. We have our own like inside joke meme. And you remember, Jules?
Yeah.
There's this part where they're trying to blow up a train by putting a fake log that's filled with explosives in the train car.
Whoa. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen a show that, was just kind of okay.
It's canceled.
And yeah, it was canceled because it was so okay.
It was so okay.
Like,
it was too okay.
I liked the uncle dude from it, but of course I would because I am the uncle dude here.
You're the cool uncle dude.
Yeah, I'm that guy who's I don't even know what he did. He was just there.
He just survived.
That is me. I'm the mysterious uncle dude.
With the weird goatee.
Yeah.
Not anymore. You got rid of your
I like
goatee.
that goatee. I just can't have it because of work. I would still have it if I worked in something other than
I'm
food.
so glad you work with food so that you don't have a goatee anymore because that was awful. Okay, so tell me about Obvious Log.
Okay, so this was where Obvious Log came from. Obvious Log came from the episode of Revolution. They're going to blow up the train. They have a fake log. It is the fakest log. See, it was clearly plastic. You couldn't have hollowed out a real log and put it in there?
I don't even understand.
They couldn't even just have, like, how much time would it... They must have been on such a tight budget for the show where they're like, we don't have enough money to actually use a real log. You know that you're doing badly when you can't afford a log.
But they could afford to make a plastic
But they were like,
log.
hey, set 6 has like a plastic log. You want to use that? Okay.
I don't know.
Like if I were the conductor on this train and I'm gonna throw a log in the fire and I see this thing,
I'm throwing it off the
I'd be
train.
like, what the heck is this? And I would look at it and figure out that it was filled with explosives and the plot would be foiled because it's that obvious.
What?
So now anytime anybody states the obvious or does something super obvious, one of us is gonna say obvious log. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You just have like the one guy on the train you really hate and like, hey Jim, go check out that log over there.
Hey, Jim. Wait, I gotta do it again. Hey, Jim. Jim, what do you think of that log over there?
Go stick your hand in the log.
Yeah, you want that log, don't you, Jim?
Wait, what? And then throw Jim and the obvious log
Poor
off
Jim.
the train.
Who is Jim?
Jim was that one dude in the back who's like, hey guys, I'm gonna take a nap on top of these
Jim.
on top of the wood stack
Frickin' Jim, come
while
on.
you do the train. So I'll talk to you when we get there. And like the laziest military.
Screw you, Jim.
Get off this train, Jim.
Get off my train.
Oh, dude.
Oh, irrelevant references. That's my other specialty. I don't know if you know that, Juliana, but is irrelevant pop culture references.
I have.
Like, there's this thing. Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you, this is so funny. When I'm working at Taco Bell, I grab. If somebody, I have to ask people their names, which I hate because I don't remember anybody's name. So we have regular customers who come in, and I see them, and I'm like,
You're Jim, aren't you?
Can I get your name again? And they're like,
It's Javier.
It's still Barry.
It's still Barry Javier Jim. That's his full
It's
name.
still Jim Javier Barry. That could be a person.
He's either Jewish or Mexican or both.
Yeah, Mexican Jewish dude.
Mexican Jew is my favorite.
Boom,
Boom, boom.
Where's his faces? Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, it's just too much. But I do this thing where when people tell me their name, when they're younger people, if it reminds me of a band from the 90s especially, or like any era past that is one of my favorite bands, I have a tendency to be like, oh hey, there's a band called, like a guy whose name is Ramon. I was like, hey, have you ever heard the Ramones? And he's like, no, I get that all the time. I'm like, I bet you do, but you know what? The Ramones pretty cool, man.
Are you trying to get on like his level? Like
I'm like, you should. Yes, I do.
man.
I am that guy.
on your level.
I am that
That
guy.
seems to be more racist than actually bluntly being racist.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I keep telling him, I'm like, hey man, Ramones, you know, I know you don't want to listen to him because everybody does that to you, but dude, check him out, man.
Amen.
I'm just telling you, man.
Amen.
I'm like, you like music right now? Dude, the Ramones are like the fathers of modern music. You would have your music, you kids.
And he's like, can I get
I
my
become-
green and cheese burrito, please?
And he's like, dude, I just want my burrito.
Why is his voice crack? He's like, okay, gotta change my voice now. He's actually a white guy. He's just like nicely tanned. So he's like, I'm gonna be in there and go be like a thug. And then this really obviously white guy like starts talking to him like that. He's like, okay, sorry, sir, I gotta go. Here's my money. Bye.
Just take my money, leave me alone.
Tell me when my order's done.
So the best was when this girl comes in and her name is Lizzie. Now, when people tell me their name is Lizzie, especially instead of like Elizabeth or Liz, my mind goes to the band Thin Lizzy from the 70s, right? And I always think, oh, hey, there's a band called Thin Lizzy. Have you ever heard of them? Now, the last time a girl came in and said, I'm Lizzie, I thought about saying it, but stopped because she was definitely not a Thin Lizzy.
Ooh.
And this
gonna
was the first time I have held my tongue successfully in public because it would have been disastrous.
Hey, I know somebody who's thinner than you.
When we're like, I'm Lizzie. I'm like,
Lizzie.
imagine how bad this is. There's somebody who's obviously got a bit of a problem with their weight. Not to say that I'm perfect, but I mean,
Wait, did she order like a double like nacho-rito?
well, that's the great thing when people come in to the store and are talking to me, and they're a little bit overweight. A lot of the time, they'll order like one thing that's super healthy, and it's like, oh, well, you know, good for them. I need to be doing the same thing. But I'm not trying to sound all. I hate fat people because I am fat myself.
He hates fat people.
I don't.
You're just not digging the fat.
But I mean, like, no, they're. I'm all about that bass. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I understand that reference because I'm from this era. Error.
Yeah, you're from this era. You are error. I am
am.
error. See, more relevant pop culture references. But I almost said, hey, have you ever heard of Thin Lizzy? But do you know how badly that would be misconstrued if someone who is not thin, named Lizzie, ask for something and say, hey, you know, my favorite band is Thin Lizzy, because you're not thin, get out of here. I'd rather be listening to Thin Lizzy than you.
And then, like, the lady that thought
I did not think that. That is not my intent.
Then the lady that thought we were gay in the back, she's like, oh, see, he don't like even the chubby ladies who look like me. Oh, how sad.
I'm watching the volume spikes because of how bassy my voice is.
Dude, you get loud if you want to.
And like, look at this, because I'm talking directly into the front of the microphone. You're kind of off to the side. Like, look at the volume spikes on this. It's like huge. It's like.
I'm gonna. Oh, dude, that's solid wall of blue. It's awful.
And then their voices on the volume meter are just like thin, like little wispy things. I'm gonna have to edit the range to bring the bass out of my voice.
We should have put a warning at the beginning of this, being like, if you don't want to go deaf as our
headphone warning,
turn it off.
In fact, turn this off anyway, because you don't need to be listening.
Yes.
Oh.
This is this.
Hey, my hot pepper karaoke video got like 109 views on it. That was pretty successful.
Because people love pain.
Like it was just people I knew. I kept hounding people, and I'm like, you have to watch my video.
And that's how you do it, YouTube style.
You have to watch it.
Now, have you ever been texted by a YouTuber?
Have you?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, there's this guy who impersonates the doctor. His name's Matt Elliott.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He sent Allie a message
What?
on Facebook.
What did he tell you?
So I said, oh, I like your Matt Smith cosplays or your doctor cosplays. And he's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, he actually responded. Well, that's really nice. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
so
Allie's like,
check out
"Keep
Matt
her mind
Elliott
now."
on Facebook. Check this guy out because he's apparently really cool and really nice. What was his name again? Matt Elliott, right?
He's on Facebook and YouTube.
Don't talk to him though, because he's Allie's now.
He belongs to Allie.
He belongs to Allie.
And Allie alone.
And also this other girl who...
Hey, Mom.
It is warm.
You want to be a member of our podcast? Well, you already are a member of our podcast since you're here. See, this is the kind of support I get for my art.
And then there's one more girl who she does
Oh,
cosplays.
she's beautiful. Oh, I mean, no, she's not. I've never seen this woman in my
She
life.
does cosplays and And she also texted me too.
Oh.
Shout out to all those people. Allie's like,
Yeah, shout out to these cool YouTubers who are paying my niece some attention, man.
Allie's
cool.
gonna become a new agent. She's like, guess what? I can get you a spot doing nothing.
So we're just
Come over
we're just
to my
about
house.
oh my goodness. So we're just about out of time for this recording.
Ugh. We're probably gonna do like 40 recordings just
Probably.
to find which one we like the best.
Probably.
And we're talking.
No, we're not. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. This is going up. Raw and uncut.
Ew.
Yeah, I know that came out
Sounds
kind of
like-
wrong.
Sounds like your ex. Hey, these are mine now.
It sounds like what?
Nothing.
You were about to say that sounds like my ex-girlfriend?
This is so cute.
But which one?
All of them. No, like,
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
dude. To be honest, most of your ex-girlfriends were fine, except that.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna
just-
tell you this, and this is gonna be.
Do you want to tell me over the podcast?
No, you're gonna hear it now because, I mean, I don't care what they think of my mother. This is what my mother says to me the
Do
other
you
day.
like my Hobbit feet? First of all.
Do love your Hobbit feet.
Thanks.
You come by them honestly. Since I'm really your father.
Oh, hashtag. Hashtag what? I look nothing like you, so that's not gonna work. Except for the Hobbit
That's
feet.
not true. You've seen pictures of Grandpa's side of the family.
That's true.
You look like a Barthuli.
I look like my twin Alex, who doesn't. I don't look like anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, he got his face got all like thin and emo looking. Sorry,
mine
Alex.
got-
If you hear this, I am sorry. Your face got really thin and emo.
And mine got really chubby, and it's still chubby.
But yeah, the girl talking right now. If you hear this, Alex, which I hope you don't.
Hello, Alex.
Although your mom likes all my stuff on Facebook and listens to my music, so it's possible. it's possible that you will. It's possible that she will, and she'll probably laugh at the comment. Although I don't know, she may actually love you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Hit me.
This turned into honesty right now.
If your mom laughs
Honest
at the joke about the emo face, then she doesn't really love you.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
What were we gonna say? You were gonna say something nice, weren't you?
Oh, no, was I?
You were saying something to Alex, and then you like cut him off.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah,
guess
yeah.
what?
No.
Your mom.
Yeah, the girl talking right now, Juliana, she looked at one point when, I don't know, you were both around between 13 and 15. You guys could have been like twins. It was scary.
Like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger twins.
It's up to you. Up.
Oh, you.
I unplugged my own headset so I can't hear myself, but it still records.
Oh, okay.
It's here. I'll put it back in.
He just like
It's-
pulled the cord out from the microphone, and,
and
we're
you're
all
gonna
like,
you're gonna hear that on the recording. My goodness.
don't.
It's gonna be like, but no, it's up to you to decide which of you is Danny DeVito and which is Schwarzenegger. I'm staying out of that one.
Can I be DeVito?
Okay, it's been claimed. Sorry, you gotta be Schwarzenegger.
Yay! I always wanted to be Danny DeVito.
Just the penguin version from the Tim Burton Batman.
Yes,
Though.
hashtag, I was thinking the same thing. Hashtag penguin for life. Alright.
Anyway,
I think it's time to wrap it up, Josh.
yeah. So we got time for one more. Oh yeah, I was gonna reveal the. See, I've started keeping a journal.
Oh.
So that no, I'm not revealing my journal. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I started keeping a journal because I figured out that's how girls don't say things a lot of the time. It's because so many girls have diaries. They write it down. They don't say it out loud.
That's because they have diaries.
I don't have that. So I just decided I should try journaling and I did not say it. This is something I have not journaled, so I'm going to say it.
Oh no, it's gonna be pretty.
And now it's forever. So this is my mother has this sudden revelation when I was talking about my ex-girlfriends. And if you don't know, I just got dumped a little while ago, and it still stings a little bit. So I'm kind of dwelling on it.
It was
Don't
beautiful.
worry. I'll get over it. But
He'll find another lady.
I shall find another love.
Another lady friend.
Another lady friend who will love him just as much as he loves himself. Just kidding.
That's
There's
not
nobody.
possible.
There's nobody
That
who
can't
loves
hap-
Jonathan
that
as
can't
much as he loves
happen.
himself.
It's a dream.
It's a dream. Okay, Jonathan, go ahead. So what was your mother talking about?
No, I mean, she all of a sudden just comes out and like, why do you like all these greasy women? I was like, what?
Because you're so greasy, you
And
need
she's
someone
like,
to counteract
and
your
she's
grease.
She's like, all these women, they have like really super greasy hair and are all oily and they don't take care of themselves. And their personalities are greasy too.
Ooh, because Because Jonathan likes it when they slide right up.
Oh my goodness. So girls, if you happen to still be oily, invest in some Olay.
Give him a call. I mean, yeah.
Actually, no, but that was my defense. I told my mom, I'm like, I'm greasy. What's your problem with that? And she's like, well, you shouldn't want to be greasy. I'm like, hey, I'm greasy. I'm not going to judge some grease. And I really legitimately don't care. So if you do happen to be greasy, you're still a possibility. Don't worry.
Dude, working with food, sometimes you gotta be greasy,
Working with food is horrible. It clogs your pores and it's terrible.
And you look gorgeous for someone who works heavily with grease.
I know, I do, don't I? I look amazing.
He's glowing like a pregnant mammal. Oh, I had a weird image. And then I was like, no.
Stop.
Yeah, okay, continue.
Let's end this podcast. Anybody have any final thoughts for this first little podcasting we're doing?
Don't be ashamed of your hobbit feet, guys.
Yeah, don't be ashamed of your hobbit feet. Allie, do you have any like revelations about Matt Elliott or anything?
He's still mine. That was not her. I'm sorry.
Allie has the voice of a 26-year-old man. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
that was my revelation for the night.
We pushed her in a corner of
no.
shame.
I'm sorry, Allie.
Shame hour.
I'm sorry.
We should just have hours of shaming and honesty. And
shaming honesty.
These podcasts should end with at least one of us crying.
This podcast should be named The Shaming Hour. That's gonna be it. The Shaming Hour. That's even though it's like less than 30 minutes, it's gonna be The Shaming Hour.
Yeah. It's shaming minutes.
Any other revelations before our final wrap up on this?
It's still not midnight.
It's still not midnight, and it's never going to be midnight. We're gonna stay at like Groundhog Day hour at 10, looping around in this chat for half hours. I don't know the whole song. All I know is it was the heat of the moment.
The rest of the song does not matter.
Sorry, yeah, it doesn't matter because of that one
like,
Supernatural episode that he kept replaying only the beginning words.
These tacos taste funny to you?
They do.
Okay. And with that, we are all out of time. Thank you for joining us in this little podcast adventure. Hopefully we can do more. The girls don't live with me anymore, but I think I should be able to go make some special trips out to just make podcasts. Maybe I'll try to do it like once a month. We can do that. We can just sit down with the microphone and chat for like 30 minutes.
It's gonna get personal.
Personal. I'm like Raptor Pro Tips. We're huge YouTube nerds. Like, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Like, I remember when the animation Kiwi was first released. It's been around 8 years, right? I've been on there since the beginning.
Yeah, 2006 was your year, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
When no one saw you.
That's when I first started making videos on one of my channels. Was 2006. But yeah, I remember when Kiwi first came out, and I was producing content early on, but it sucked, so nobody knew.
And it still does.
It still sucks. Sucks. No, so yeah, anyway.
Pro tip, don't make YouTube videos.
You will fail.
Just kidding. Follow your dreams, kids.
No, yeah, follow. Totally. That's what I'm doing right now.
Make some happy little clouds.
And
whoa, what?
Bob Ross is special guest next time on Shaming Hour.
That was just a lot.
Okay. All right, so that was our first podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you maybe laughed a little bit at it. I know I didn't. Hopefully someone does.
Raptor Pro Tips.
Raptor Pro Tips. I love ripping off Aaron Hansen right now. The guy.
Sorry, Aaron.
I knew about him. I didn't ever really get to talk to him, but I knew about him before YouTube. So that's it. That's gonna be my last uneventful comment. I think tons of people knew about him before YouTube, so I'm not like I'm anything special. Jeez. All right. Well, it's been fun. We're gonna sit here and keep talking off the clock.
Yeah.
Because this video is gone. Wait, it's not a video. What am I talking about? There's just gonna be like a picture of a kitten or something on the screen.
It's gonna be, look at my face.
Yeah, look at my face. Okay, so we're being shushed because it is now time to end this episode.
Still 10.
It's still 10. It's still 10:30. It's still. I know.
I'm just getting the beds ready.
I
I'm sleeping in your
know.
room tonight.
What?
I'm sleeping in
There's no room. How come nobody can sleep on the couch?
He's sleeping in your room.
So sleeping in your room. No, okay.
On your floor.
So that was it, guys. Bye bye.